Hi folks, Cordisco here. Been a while since I've done a chess video. Really busy in my convenience store. Plus the fact that I downloaded Windows 10. And I'll tell you, I mean, it's an okay program, but what a pain in the behind. Come to find out, my Fritz, I have Lu-Rd.3 as a computer that I use, is incompatible with Windows 10. So it took me a while to get the new Fritz 15, which I have now. It looks just the same, of course. Got some interesting features on it. But anyway, it's been a while since I've done a video because of that. So let's get to it. I thought this would be an interesting game to show. It's between the match between Russia and China that's currently going on right now. And as white from Russia, Nepo, and as black, Shangli Lu. We'll call it, say Lu and Nepo. Nepo is white and Lu is black. Let's get to it. It's going to be a Sicilian Sven again. We'll just go through the opening here. I know he's going a lot of depth on the opening in these videos. Interesting though that G4. Now, looking at the computer off screen, of course, Bishop B2, Bishop B3, Bishop D3, any of those. Nepo decides to go for it. Now, Nepo Nazi's rated over 2,700, 2,719. So he's one of the top 40 players in the world, even the top 35. And Lu is rated 2614, so he's no chump either. Black's a little behind in development, but go through the next couple of moves here. B5, A3. That's just to stop this nonsense. Pawn from coming here. A3. Black's a little cramped, but it's about even. The bishop, G5, just keeps pushing it. Knight to C6, and now he goes H4. He's going to need that pawn to help with this pawn here. Bishop B7, Queen D2. Now, white is very, very active. Very active position. Let's just pause, take a breath here. Computer off screen shows it's about even, but looks like white's going to castle queenside, so you have the pawn storms on each side. Whoever gets there first wins usually. Let's see how this goes. Black castles, white castles. Okay, we got opposite side castling. Rook C8. What to do, what to do? White decides to take the knight. More accurate is rook takes, and that's what he does, but I would have considered bishop takes, but rook takes. Someday, get the rook behind here. Bearing right down on the king. King goes over to B1. I call that a grandmaster move. Just to get out of the line of fire. Knight D5. Now I think black's position is okay, and so is white's. I mean, they're basically even here. Not real keen on black's bishop on E7. But other than that, he's really okay. Knight's in a good spot. Now, I would go with the computer move. The computer liked F4. And I do as well. But this knight here is going to be a pain hitting both of these pieces. Besides, to go rook to H3 instead. Knight C4. Anyway, queen moves. Queen goes to A5. Looking at some pressure here. But Nepo, just as cool as cucumber. Bishop takes. Get rid of that pesky knight. And then knight to D5. Those of you are all wondering, oh, the knight's in pre. Well, not really, because the queen's in pre. So if queen takes, knight takes with check, king moves, rook takes, picks up a piece. So he just moves the queen back, and bishop to b6, hitting the queen again, forcing the queen to go to d7. Now the knight takes, and then queen takes. Okay. It's still about even. The only problem is opposite color bishops. We'll see how that works out. Now, interesting move here, and it's also the computer's choice, and I agree. Rook to e3. Getting that rook centralized. Moves the queen to d7. Interesting. That's also the computer's move. That, I was looking at the game earlier, that I can't figure out. What is the point behind that? Maybe someone can put in the comment section why you think that move was made. Queen to d7, bishop comes back. Queen to c6, he's slowly edging the queen up. Get this queen-rook battery coming down. Either guard it with the queen, or just play f3. Is what he did. And then rook c8. So now we have all kinds of power coming down here. Bishop just comes back to c3. Queen to c5. All computer moves. There's another move I don't understand. Putting your queen right there. Queen to d, or excuse me, rook to d3. Because they're piling up on the bishop now. d5. I like black here, but believe it or not, the computer shows a small advantage for white. A little less than a pawn. E takes. Wouldn't want to play pawn takes, then rook goes to e7 for white. So he plays bishop takes, which is the correct move. And then h5. Here come the pawns. What a weird position. Very rarely do you see rooks like that, horizontally. Very interesting. A5. You got to push your pawns. Go on the king. And b3. Forces the rook to go to h4. If rook could have went here, but what good is it? It's not hitting this pawn. Queen to d2. Interesting might have been bishop e5. Then after queen takes, king a1, rook takes, bishop takes, rook takes. Black sacrifices a piece for 2 pawns. With an exposed king, I don't think he's got enough firepower though. After queen to d2, rook h4. h6. Now, I don't know why he would do that. Let's go back here. It's also the computer's move. I like bishop takes a5. Grab the pawn. I'm a pawn grubber. Decides to go h6 instead. b4. Bishop just comes back. What to do? Rook checks. Bishop c1. Now we're on move 33. It is basically dead even. When I say dead even, the computer shows queen to d6 as 0.00. But this is where the kid from China miscues. And a very human move, I might add. Very human. Rook to d6, rook to a8. All good moves. Rook even to g1. Decides to take the pawn. And I think that's the beginning of the end for him. Nepo hits the queen. Queen comes back to f8. Rook takes. Queen takes. Rook c3. Queen F8. And just doomed. Just doomed. Oh, take that back there. Got a little ahead of myself. After rook to c7. Sorry about that. Messed up my move order a little bit. White is on the attack now. a4. Queen to c3. A takes. C takes. Absolutely over. Bishop. I mean, what can he do? Absolutely crushing. Bishop b7. He has to give it away. a2 check. He's figuring if he takes the pawn, queen checks, picking up the rook. But the king doesn't have to take. He can just go to a1. And that's where he resigns. So, good game by Nepo. Tough stumble in the end by Lu. I gotta tell you, these Chinese players are coming up. Not because the women's world champion is Chinese. They're coming up. And Russia and China is a good matchup. And I think the last couple of rounds was 4.5, 5.5. 5.5 twice for Russia. So they're being very competitive. The ladies as well as the men. So there you have it. I thought it was an interesting game from round 3 of the Russia versus China match. Hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully now I got my computer back up and running, the Fritz anyway. Get some more videos coming up in the near future. And I want you to remember, if you think chess is just a game, you're not playing it right. Take care, folks. Bye-bye.